So in 6.3, we're working on special products. We've talked about the perfect square trinomial, and we've talked about the difference of squares. And now we're going to talk about the sum of cubes and the difference of cubes. So let me do the sum of cubes first. So if you have a cubed plus b cubed, that is equal to, and here's how it factors, a plus b, you might have suspected that, but then the other part's a little different. So it's a squared minus ab plus b squared. So it's a formula. I can show you why it works, but it's just kind of a formula we look up, we memorize. If you know, a lot of times I'll just put this formula on the exam because it's a little long, but okay. So here's why it works. A times a times a squared is a cubed, and then a times negative ab would be negative a squared b, and then a times b squared would be plus ab squared. So this is how you multiply a binomial times a trinomial. So you can't use FOIL because not enough letters. So you take the a, the first term, times each of the terms in the trinomial. And now I'm going to take the b and multiply it. So I get b times a squared, which is going to be plus a squared b. And then I'm going to go b times negative ab, which is negative ab squared. And then I go b times b squared, which is going to be b cubed. And then an interesting thing happens. This negative a squared b and the positive a squared b, they're out. They add up to 0. And the ab squared and the negative ab squared, they add up to 0. So finally, you're just left with a cubed plus b cubed. So that's why the factoring works. So when we have the sum, so it's addition, and you have a cube here and a cube here, it's going to factor into this. And so you just have to follow the formula. Now the difference of cubes, it's very similar. It's when you have a cubed minus b cubed, and it factors into a minus b, and then the other one is a squared plus ab plus b squared. So those are the two formulas, that one and that one. So if you have the sum of cubes, you use the top one. If you have the difference of cubes, you use the bottom, okay? So it will be really helpful to have a list of perfect cubes. So 1 is the smallest one. So 1 is 1 cubed. 8 is the next one, that's 2 cubed. 27, that's 3 cubed. 64, that's 4 cubed. 125, that's 5 cubed. 216, that's 6 cubed. 7 cubed, that's one of my favorites. 343, that's 7 cubed. And 8 cubed, I think it's 512. Could check with a calculator. And then, let's see, is 729 is 9 cubed. And then 1,000, that's 10 cubed. That's all I know, and I'm a little shaky on the larger numbers. Okay, but that gives you a list of perfect cubes to look for when you're doing, if you're thinking, well, maybe it's the sum of cubes or the difference of cubes.